Welcome to my newborn, preemie, and micro preemie crochet hat tutorial in support of the Little Hats Big Hearts project by the American Heart Association. The Little Hats Big Heart project celebrates American Heart Month by giving donated red hats to all babies born in February at participating hospitals. The project aims to raise awareness of heart disease and congenital heart defects. They have some fantastic free patterns on their website. I'm creating this tutorial because I know there are people who may not know how to read a pattern or may not know how to crochet or knit. This is a great beginner hat that is easy to do, even if you've never crocheted before. While this tutorial is free, if you're using this tutorial to create a hat for your own use, I encourage you to make an additional hat and donate it to the association. You may also donate yarn or make a monetary donation to the American Heart Association on their website. If you like this tutorial, please check out my Frozen-inspired Anna and Elsa crochet hat tutorial in memory of Briley Olsen. Thank you, and let's begin. So the main requirements for the Little Hats Big Hearts project is that the yarn needs to be cotton or acrylic. And also no buttons or bows that could fall off. And so we're going to stitch these hearts on nice and tight so they will definitely stay nice and firm and keep those babies safe. For this tutorial, you will need a size 6 G or 4.25 millimeter hook, scissors, measuring tape, and then a tapestry needle. For yarn, you need either cotton or acrylic yarn. This is the Red Heart Super Saver yarn. And then if you would like to do the accent heart, also get some white yarn. So you either need to use cotton or acrylic yarn. To start the hat, we're going to begin with a magic circle. If you've never done one before, don't worry. This tutorial will definitely help you be able to do it. So you're going to lay that yarn into your opposite hand, pinch it with your thumb, wrap it around your 4 fingers, and then you're going to come around and you're going to pinch it behind that thumb, okay? So it's going to be crossed behind that thumb, okay? Then you're going to reach here underneath the first strand, grab that second strand and pull it through and pinch where they meet. And there you've got the beginning of your magic circle. Okay? So we're going to start by chaining 3 into this into this circle. So we go 1, 2, and 3. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we are going to crochet 8 additional double crochets into this magic circle. And then what we'll do at the end is we'll pull this tight and it will become this circle with the crochets all around. So here we go. We're going to wrap it around the hook there. That's to make a double crochet. Now we're going to stick it into, and if you need to pull this a little bit just to make the circle a little bit more manageable, you can do that. What we're going to do is we're going to stick this hook into the magic circle. Okay, make sure you go through both strands. Loop around. Okay, so now we've got 3 strands on this crochet hook. Okay, so the first time we're going to wrap the hook around and pull through 2, the first 2. Okay, so we pulled it through the 2. Now we have 2 more on this strand. We're going to loop around again and then pull through 2, and that is a double crochet. So okay, so we've done our chain, our double crochet. Now we're going to do 7 more double crochets. Okay, so loop around, go into the circle, loop. There we go, through 2 and through 2. There we go. So we've got our chain, 2 double crochets. All right, now I'm going to do 6 more double crochets. Around, through the circle, through 2, through 2. Around, into the circle, through 2, through 2. Around, into the circle, 2 and 2. Okay, and we're just going to keep doing that until we've done, we'll have the 8 double crochets and then the chain. So for a total of 9 on this circle. Let's count and see where we're at right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's including that first chain, so I'm going to add one more. Okay, so we've got our chain, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 double crochets for a total of 9. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to gently pull this circle. We're going to hold this with our thumb. Pull this circle tight. Okay, don't pull it too tight to begin with, because we'll pull it really tight after we slip stitch into here. Okay, so now what we've got is we've got this, looks like a half circle. So now what we need to do is we need to connect it all the way around. So you're going to slip stitch it into this first chain. Okay, so here's that chain, the 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to slip stitch it into the top of that chain. Okay, to slip stitch, you stick the hook through, pull it through, and then you do not grab yarn. You just continue to pull it through. Okay, and then we're going to pull this nice and tight. And there is our magic circle. Okay, so now we're ready to go on to the next round. So now we've done our magic circle. I'm going to pull that nice and tight. There we go. That's good. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 3, and then in each of these stitches all the way around, we're going to do 2 double crochets in every stitch. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to chain 1, 2, and 3. And now we're going to wrap the yarn around. We're going to go into that first stitch. So down. Okay, so now we've got the 3, 1, 2, 3 on there. I'm going to pull it through the first strand, or through the first 2, through 2, grab it, through 2. So that's our first into that stitch. Now we're going to do another one. Wrap it around, through 2, through 2. Okay, so now we're going to go into the next stitch and do the same thing. 2, through 2. Wrap it around, through 2, through 2. Okay, so you can see how it's starting to come around. We've got our 2 double crochets in each of these stitches. I'm going to finish going around, go into the next stitch. Okay, sometimes it's kind of hard to see this, but I hope you can see that. Okay, there's the 2 strands there. You're going into that, so both strands are on top. Through 2, through 2. Got to do another one into that stitch. Okay, so I'm going to continue to go around, and I will meet you at the end. So we finished going around. We've done 2 crochets into each of the stitches in that first magic circle. Okay, and now what we're going to do, it looks like you could go in one more time, but you don't need to. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to now slip stitch into that first chain again. All right, so 1, 2, 3. Oops, slip stitch into that right there. Remember to slip stitch, just go through without getting more yarn. And there is, we're done with our first round. All right, so we're ready to start the next round. So we're going to start with three chains. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and now, I'm just gonna put that over there. That'll work a little bit better. And now we're going to do, we're gonna rotate on this with 2 double crochets and 1 double crochet. So in the first stitch, we'll do 2 double crochets, and the next stitch, we're just gonna do 1 double crochet into that stitch. So here we go. We're gonna wrap it around. Okay, I'm gonna go into that first stitch, and we're gonna go 1 and 2. Okay, so we've got our chain and then 2 double crochets. Now in this next stitch right here, okay, see that right there is where we're going to go in. We're just going to do 1 double crochet. So we're rotating, 2 double crochets, 1 double crochet. Okay, so the next stitch we're going to do 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. Okay, so we've got 2 double crochet, 1, 2 double crochet. Now we're going to go in the next stitch, 1 double crochet, 1. Okay, so I'm going to continue around and I will meet you back here. Okay, so I made it all the way around, doing 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet. It can be good just to kind of check your work and make sure that you don't have any mistakes. If you do have a mistake, it's totally fine. You just pull it out and start over. That's what I love about crocheting. All right, so now we're going to slip stitch into this stitch, and that will finish round 2. So 1, 2, 3, slip stitch into that first chain, and there we go. We have finished round 2. So let's measure this, and here we go. So right now we are close to 3 inches. Okay, so this is going to be good for a preemie that's like around, you know, 2, well, even 1 pound would actually, well, yeah. So this is going to be good for like a 2 to 5 pound preemie. Would be good for this. So if you're wanting to make a preemie hat, skip this next round, okay, and meet up with us in just a minute. But I'm going to go around again to make a larger preemie or newborn hat. Okay, so here we go. So we've got our magic circle, round 1, round 2, and now we're starting round 3. So we're going to chain, go 1, 2, and 3. Okay, for this next round, again, we're doing the increase, so we're going to do 2 double crochets, and then 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet. So now we're rotating 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, all the way around. All right, so here we go. Gonna loop around, go into that first stitch. One and 2. All right, so now we're going to do 1 double crochet. Okay, so 1 double crochet. In the next stitch, we're going to do another 1 double crochet. Okay, and then in this next stitch, we're going to do 2 double crochet. 1 and 2. Okay, so we've got our chain, 2, 1, 1, 2. Okay, we're going to keep going around. So we just did 2 double crochets, now we're going to do 1 double crochet. 1 to the next stitch, 1. So 2, 1, 1. Now we're going to do 2. 1 and 2. Okay, so I'm going to finish going around and I'll meet you back here. Okay, so I just finished my 3rd round. So we're going to slip stitch into this chain, pull through, and now we have finished round 3. So now let's get that measuring tape out and we'll measure this. Good, so now we are at about 3 3.5, 3 3/4, and this is going to be a really good size for a child that's, you know, 5.5 all the way up to, you know, 8 or 9 pounds. So this should be a good fit. So again, if you were going to do the preemie size, don't do round 3. And if you're doing the newborn size, then do round 3. Okay, so now whether you're doing preemie or newborn, we're going to go on to round 4. Now for preemie, this is round 3, but for the newborn size, this is round 4. And so now what we're going to do is we're just going to go all the way around and we're just going to do 1 double crochet into each stitch. Okay, and then what we'll be doing is we're going to just keep doing that until it gets to where it's long enough to cover the baby's ears. So here we go. I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And now that we're done with the increase, it's actually pretty easy. We're just going to do 1 double crochet into each stitch. So wrap around, go to that first stitch, 1, and go into the next stitch. So this is where, you know, really it's pretty easy. And you know, sometimes what I recommend if you're planning to do a bunch of hats, you know, when you have some time to focus, you know, do the increases and maybe make like, you know, 8 or 10 of these just doing the circumference, just making this flat circle for the hat. And then, you know, if you're sitting down and you're watching a movie, you don't really want to have to focus on what you're doing, then you can just finish the hats off by doing the double crochets all around till it's the right length. So, all right, so I'm going to just keep going around and I'll meet you back here. So you'll notice just after this first round that the hat's already starting to take shape. See, it's almost looking more like a little bowl now. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to slip stitch. Okay, remember don't stitch into that little spot right there. We're going to slip stitch over here. So slip stitch and pull through. Okay, so that's the end of round 4, or round 3 if you're doing the preemie hat. Okay, but you can see already it's taking shape and it's looking pretty good. Okay, so there we go. So now we're going to, it's nice to just kind of like, yeah, you could fold it either this way or this way. I prefer to work on it with it kind of folded in towards me. Okay, and we're going to do that again. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and now we're starting round 5, or it's round 4 if you're doing a preemie hat. Okay, and again we're just going to go all the way around doing 1 double crochet. So here we go, through 2, 2. We're going to go all the way around and I'll meet you back here. So for the next rounds, you're just going to continue to go around doing 1 double crochet in every stitch until you reach the desired height. So here's the newborn size, and here's a preemie size, and I also even made a micro preemie size. Okay, so this one we did the magic circle, the 1 row of an increase, okay, the 2nd row of increase, and the 3rd row of increase. That's where we're just building that flat crown. And then from there on, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows of 1 double crochet. Okay, You could also do 7 if you wanted it to be a little bit longer. For this hat, I did, here's the magic circle, 1 row of the increase, and then a second row of the increase, and then I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of the 1 double crochet. For the micro preemie, we have the magic circle, and then 1 row of the increase, the 2 double crochet in each stitch, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of the 1 double crochet. And so these are the measurements that you're generally hoping to get for the height of each hat. For a micro preemie, you want 3 to 3.5 inches. There's my measuring tape. So this one's currently measuring at about 3.5. The preemie should be 4 to 4.5 inches. This one is currently 4 inches, so if you wanted to add an additional row, then you can definitely do that as well. And for the newborn, this one's measuring at 5 inches, and you generally want it to be 4.5 to 5.5 inches. Great work! If you've come this far, you've finished your hat. Please check out part 2 of my tutorial to add an accent color or decorative finish. I will also show you how to add a heart and weave in your ends. Thank you. See you at part 2.